let's go now for more good news on good news across Africa right here. Stay with us.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
All right.
So we have interesting things today. Vodacom and Mondia actually launching
Luncheon what?
an e-health service in
Okay.
the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Right.
I nearly bit my tongue in the process of that.
Easy. It all comes down to the fact that you're human. You're not a robot. You're just trying to come up with my own version.
You're joining her laugh,
I
have you?
am not. I'm just making a comment, that's all. All right, let's hear it.
So, well, the two of them, which is Mondia and Vodacom, have actually come together.
Right?
And it's a rollout of mom and baby maternal services across health centers in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Nice. Okay.
I think it's super important because they actually focused on a certain niche market, and that was something that is not that common.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of e-health apps and stuff for COVID-19, for checking other diseases if
Right.
you have issues. But
Yeah.
for the ones that focus on mom and baby maternal services, you don't have that much, especially during this COVID-19 time.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget, women and children are more like some of the vulnerable groups during this whole period.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to come up with something like this, it's amazing. Winning babies, taking care of them,
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
Right now, you literally are even scared to go to the hospital
Oh,
for
yeah.
fear that
Yeah.
you might go and contract something from the
yeah.
hospital.
Yeah. That's
You know,
true.
so you can just imagine, what if the baby is suffering from a fever? Like all this, the anxiety, the worry, the depression, this is like a relief for all mothers
Yeah.
out there who are worried about their health and the health of their babies, especially those who have given birth like recently, fresh, new mothers.
Right. Okay.
So it's a good thing that they have done. And one thing I like, it's called Mom and Baby.
Okay.
Mom and Baby, and it's a cost free. So like prices are off, free. Just
Right.
go and download it. It's a cost free health mobile health intervention service, and this is gonna offer neonatal, maternal, and child health information. And it's
Okay.
designed to encourage the best health practices among pregnant mothers, women, and their caregivers.
Great.
Now, you don't need to necessarily bother about the fact that you can't read English, because they have offered tailored content in the local language. And this includes videos, means you hear people speaking and you can be able to understand and,
Right.
assimilate that as well. Articles and information. And if you don't have a smartphone too, well, these could be sent to you via SMS.
All right. Super.
So this is like amazing thing. I mean,
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
services are just going to guarantee positive socio-economic benefits. And
Okay.
DR Congo,
Mm.
this is a place that, I mean, such an app is really, really needed. Such services are really like wanted, and I'm happy Vodacom and Mondia have come together to bring this out there.
Okay. I think every place that are faced with issues of health, would also welcome this app, and I think it would work perfectly well.
Oh yeah, well, in 2017, South Africa actually did welcome it. They have it currently,
Oh, right.
and now DR
Okay.
Congo has it. But
Wow.
next place they're looking at Lesotho. So gradually they'll be covering, I mean, all the other African countries. But you have to look at logistics, you have to look at the markets and all
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
gradually, so far,
Yeah.
Lesotho is going to have South Africa and then DR Congo.
Okay. Well, the rest of the countries, you can still jump on, get on board, and provide. An assistance. More like a first aid where you can go to, even if you don't have to visit a particular facility for checkup and what have you. All right.
So the next one is actually from the diaspora, where we have students from Philadelphia,
Right.
and they came together and they have written and illustrated a book which is honoring the first African American to graduate from the University of Pennsylvania Watson School, and that happens to be the world's leading business school.
Oh, wow.
So her name is Hetty Simmons Love.
Okay. And something interesting there. Who's that 98 she?
She is 98.
Super. At 98,
Yeah, that's
100 minus 2. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Well, you can call her Mrs. Love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her name. But
Wow.
one thing is, I mean, when she was like a young girl in the 1920s,
Mm-hmm.
those like less than 60 years after the Emancipation Proclamation,
Okay.
she attended the prestigious Boylan Haven boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
And after graduating from there, she enrolled at the top HBCU, historically black
Black
colleges
colleges,
and
yeah.
university,
University, right.
Fisk University,
Mm.
where she excelled in mathematics.
Wow.
And she
Wow.
joined Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
Now, from there, she went to study business at the world's leading business school,
Mm-hmm.
Wharton School. You understand? And when
Right.
she was there, she quickly noticed that she was actually the only woman
Mm-hmm.
and the only African American in her classes.
Wow. The only woman,
Yes.
not just that, but also the only African American.
Exactly, in her classes. So I mean, she actually did well. She excelled. She passed. She graduated, and then that was in the year 1947, where she celebrated with her family.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she fell in love. I mean, the husband is called George Love, so that's
Okay.
where the love name comes from.
Right.
And yes, I mean, they got married.
She fell
started-
in love, with Mr. Love. Yeah, I know, right?
No comment. She fell in love with.
Love
She fell in love.
with
Barry Musa.
Mr. Love.
She just fell in love with George.
Okay.
Yeah, she fell in love with George.
Uh-huh.
And let's just take note that all these things actually predated the United States Civil Rights Act.
Okay.
So it made it quite extraordinary, because it wasn't during the period where everything was that easy and equal rights and everything was
Yeah,
that. No, it
yeah.
was during the hassle, the
Mhm.
real time.
Yeah.
During the time that the fight for equal rights and things were still ongoing, but they
Yeah.
have not been accepted. So this was like a feat for her to be able to be the first woman and the only African American to actually have gone there and completed.
Okay.
Yes, so for the students of students of Philadelphia to come together, they've got her like it's like a biography,
Right.
but then it has love poems in it. They are celebrating her, and it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
It's a beautiful
Wow.
thing. I love the fact that she's been recognized,
Mhm.
she's been honored,
Mhm.
and for the students actually to do that, it means they're looking up to her as a mentor.
Absolutely. All right.
So the book they've put out there is Hetty Simon's Love,
Okay.
Pen Pioneer.
Right.
So you can search for it, look for it, read.
Okay.
And finally, we're looking at a digital platform. It's actually an app for black and brown mothers. And this is looking at very critical issues that have to do with black maternal and infant mortality crisis.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, I feel it's super important, especially for those in the diaspora, looking at racism and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, so
How underserved their communities are,
precisely.
Right. Okay.
Yes, so it's Earth is more like birth, but without the B. Yes, is without the B for bias.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a new digital platform that addresses the root cause of black maternal and infant mortality cases and
Okay.
crises, and especially the bias in the healthcare system as well. Now,
Right.
this has actually been launched on Apple and Google Play. You can check it out, you can download it. But this allows black and brown women and birthing of people of color to search and leave reviews of their OBs or gynaes, their birthing hospitals, postpartum care,
Okay.
and pediatricians up to the baby's first year.
All
Now,
right.
basically, what happens is, let's just do an example. If mommy
Okay.
happened to, she got pregnant,
Okay.
but she keeps telling us she's pregnant. She's pregnant for like over a year now.
Okay.
So let's just say, let's
Right.
just say that miraculous pregnancy she has.
Okay.
If she were in the, let's say, in the States,
Right.
and she happened to have a gynae or doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was good. He attended to her, like took care of her, her color. And he actually took into consideration her cultural heritage and everything.
Right.
She gave birth safely, and he was, the doctor was actually doing his work very well.
Okay.
When she goes on the app, she can quickly recommend the doctor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
other mothers, black and brown mothers, African American mothers who are looking for gynaes or OBs that are of color or that are doing their work properly without the bias in the whole care system, they
Okay.
can just go when they check Mama's review, then they can follow up and go there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
That's.
actually a very important thing,
Uh huh.
and it's going to save a lot of lives as well.
Oh, right. Super. Yeah.
Well, that's all we
That's
have
all
for good news.
we
yeah.
have for good news. Thank you. The show was Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio. I am Barry Musa. That was Epi with good news across Africa. Log on to our website, africaglobalradio.com, for more good news from Africa and in the diaspora.